You might often see your friends who are mostly following European football asking you questions like, when will India qualify for the World Cup? After all, they also want to see India playing at the World Cup and singing the Indian national anthem and cheering for the team, which also happens to be one of their wishes of a lifetime. Prior to the World Cup's expansion, AFC had 4.5 berths. However, the new format of qualification, it was decided that the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification tournament will comprise of 4 rounds, excluding the Intercontinental Playoffs, which is regarded as the 5th round. Also, a total of 8.5 slots will be reserved for Asian nations, 8 direct slots and 1 Intercontinental Playoff spot. We have broken down the full format in the joint qualifiers of the FIFA World Cup and AFC Asian Cup that will follow next. Preliminary Joint Qualification Round 1, both World Cup and Asian Cup. 22 teams that are ranked between 26 and 47 were drawn to face off in home and away format during October, where the 11 winners will then be progressing to the Preliminary Joint Qualification Round 2. Preliminary Joint Qualification Round 2, both World Cup and Asian Cup. The second round will have 36 teams. Teams ranked from 1 to 25 as well as 11 winners from the first round. All 36 teams will be divided into 9 groups of 4 teams each, who will each compete in a round-robin format at home and away. India will start their journey from here. The Blue Tigers are placed in a group which will see them along with Qatar, Kuwait and also one among Afghanistan or Mongolia from the preliminary round 1 qualifier stage. The top 2 teams from each of the 9 groups, 18 teams in total, will march on to the next stage of qualifying for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, while also securing an automatic berth at the 2027 Asian Cup. Asian Qualifiers, World Cup only. The Asian Qualifiers will be 18 teams that have come from round 2. The teams will then be divided into 3 groups consisting of 6 teams each, and they will compete in a round-robin format, home and away format, with the top 2 teams from each of these 3 groups, 6 teams, will qualify directly to the 2026 FIFA World Cup finals. The 3rd and 4th place teams will still remain in the hunt, but the bottom 2 sides in each of the 3 groups will then be eliminated from proceedings and will have to be content with an Asian Cup berth. Asian Playoff, World Cup only. All the 3rd placed and 4th placed teams from the 3 groups in round 3 will make up the 6 remaining contenders, and they will be split into 2 groups of 3 teams that will be facing off in a single round-robin format. Each team at maximum will be playing 2 games at this stage of the qualifiers process. The 2 group winners will join the previously 6 qualified teams at the 2026 FIFA World Cup from the previous round 3 to complete the total of 8 direct slots allocated to the AFC, Intercontinental Playoff World Cup. The second place team of both groups from the round 4 will then be facing off in a single leg game for a place in the playoff match. The playoff match winner will play against a team from another continent, a representative from the qualifiers of another confederation. This is where the 0.5 berth comes in. Not a guaranteed or direct spot at the FIFA World Cup, but a half chance to add a 9th Asian representative in the FIFA World Cup finals. Now, since we have understood that how the mechanism will work for qualification to 2026 FIFA World Cup in USA, Mexico and Canada, let's understand the qualification process for the 2027 AFC Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia next. AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, playoffs, Asian Cup only. With the Asian Cup qualification running in parallel, we now go back to the beginning. If you can recall the 11 losing teams from the preliminary joint qualification round 1, then excluding the highest ranked side, the remaining 10 teams will be drawn to compete in 5 home and away ties, with the 5 winners among them advancing all the way to Asian Cup qualifiers final round. AFC Asian Cup qualifiers final round, Asian Cup only. The final winners from the playoffs and also the highest ranked teams that had been exempted from the previous stage, along with the 18 teams who have been eliminated from the World Cup preliminary joint qualification round 2, will combine to make up the 24 teams that will compete in the final round of AFC Asian Cup qualifiers. The 24 teams that will be divided into groups of 6 teams, only the top team will advance to the 2027 Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia. The winners of the 6 groups in the qualifiers will then join the 18 teams that had secured their places to participate in the 24-team final tournament of the previous occasion. What are India's chances in the qualifiers? India will get a slight advantage of not facing another stronger opponent in the group stages of round 2 Asian qualifiers by virtue of being a pot 2 team. This will give Team India a chance to finish among the top 2 teams in the group and then qualify for the round 3 of Asian qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup. This is the stage India has never made it to in the past. This will certainly be a historic milestone in itself in case India is able to make it there. But it's difficult to expect anything beyond that right now. Finishing among the top 2 teams in the round 3 certainly sounds like a wild dream, and being among the 3rd and the 4th place will indeed be very difficult, but certainly not an impossible task at all. But honestly speaking, that's expecting too much right away, as India's most realistic chance is to reach round 3 and then finish among the bottom 2 sides at the maximum. Reaching round 3 will automatically give India a direct place in the 2027 AFC Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia, and it will be another massive achievement as India has always had to play separate qualifiers to make it in the Asian Cup despite appearing 5 times. Thank you for watching the video.